welcome to Tony's Quick Tips. Today I thought I'd like to share a quick idea on how to get the most effective engagement with new connections on LinkedIn. It's one of those things that people often struggle with. We go and make new connections on LinkedIn and then we go, what next? What do we do now? There's two important steps when you're connecting with people. Firstly, personalize the connection wherever possible. And secondly, be the one who opens the dialogue. Get talking to them. Now, generally speaking, LinkedIn will make things nice and easy for you in terms of how to connect with people. They give you a pro forma invitation that you can just click on, and it's already got the wording in there. I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. And it's relatively informal, but it's also relatively impersonal. Now, you're far better off to use a slightly personalised invitation, such as the one on the right-hand side. I've enjoyed meeting you in effect, and I'd love to stay in touch, is a far stronger message than I would just like to add you to my LinkedIn network. So the first thing is to try and personalise the connection where possible. So make a connection based on your shared experience or your shared interest if you can. And then once you've done that, you want to be the person to open the dialogue and get talking. And the reason why you want to be the person to do that is because if you take that brave first step and you're the one that creates the new conversation with the new connection, they feel more favourably disposed towards you. They feel obligated to engage with you because you've broken the ice, you've done the hard yards. So let's have a look at how we might do that. So now I'm going to walk around how I would do that when I first connect with some people on LinkedIn. I'm not going to pretend this is necessarily the best way to do it, but it's pretty effective and it's pretty fast. And I've got to say, it generates some fabulous responses from new connections. So we go onto LinkedIn, we see some invitations from some new connections, and we will say, fine, I want to accept this invitation here. And once I've done that, I go to my new connections, and I see that I have Deandra as my new connection there. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send her a message. But of course, I don't want to waste a lot of time typing. So I've got a templated thank you message that I've prepared in advance sitting over here in a Word document on top of my computer. And I simply copy and paste. So I drag all of this text which I've thought about beforehand, and I copy that straight into LinkedIn. And all I have to do here, once I've done that, is put her name. Really simple. As soon as I get back up there. So the message basically says, hi, Deandra. And then it goes on and says, here's some resources that I've created for my new connections where you can find some free information, some helpful stuff on marketing and so on and so on. And at the end of it, the message basically says, feel free to get in touch if there's anything I can do to help. But basically, it's just a way of breaking the ice and saying, here's some things that I do to help my network. Here's some stuff you might find useful, and feel free to connect or to get in touch with me in the real world if you want to. So it's very low key. It's not selling anything. It's not asking for anything. It's just saying, here's some helpful, valuable resources. But what it is really is an icebreaker. So I send that out. I do these once a day. So all new connections get that same message, but it's just templated in a Word document sitting over here on my computer. It's very easy to copy and paste, and everyone gets the same thing. Now, that breaks the ice and it creates some engagement. So a great way to engage with new connections on LinkedIn is to begin by saying thank you. A simple thank you, but pro forma, if you like, templated, something that you've prepared in advance so that you don't have to spend a lot of time making those initial connections work. You just copy it, paste it, send it, and it starts to create conversations. And of course, you can spend as much time as you like thinking in advance about the value you create and the way you might want to try and engage with them, from offering to get together for a coffee or adding them to your newsletter list or sending them a free report that you prepare. But whatever it is, try and create some value or offer some value in the first instance and say thanks for connecting. It's a human touch. And if you do that, you'll find that it's actually the same as every other social interaction, but business-like, of course. Somebody has to start the conversation if it's ever going to go anywhere. And if you're the person that does that, they feel obliged to return the favour and they feel favourably disposed towards you. And that's how you start to build some great relationships with some strangers on LinkedIn. And that's the quick tip for today.
Awesome.